Hi friends, this is Carmen. Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. I've got some plant chores that I need to do, and I thought I would take you along with me to get these things done because I really am proud of these plants and how much they're growing, and it's causing me to repot one of them and to propagate another. So that's what we're going to talk about in today's video, okay? So let's get to it. Okay, so first let me show you which plants we're going to work on and what I have in mind in doing. Now, this one's looking a little, sorry, this is actually my Syngonium Albo. I know she doesn't look super well because she's dry. Okay, I have not watered her because I knew I was going to be repotting her. You can see how much she has grown, and she's really outgrown this little trellis here, and she's just in a little pot. So I'm going to put her in a little bit bigger pot, not too big. It's probably just another 1.5 inches bigger in diameter, and give her a different trellis that will be easier to put her up in. Okay, and this is the Zella, the small Zella trellis from Treleaf. This is also the palm one from Treleaf also, or Treleaf, I believe it's pronounced. So I'm going to take that one off and put it on another plant and put this one on her, okay? And then that will be our repotting, okay? Then the one that I'm going to propagate is right back over here. You all remember Mark, my Philodendron Burle Marx. I call him Mark. He is getting so big, and although I have a nice tall trellis on it, it's already about 1 foot beyond the height of that. And I do have an extension for it, but I really don't want to do that. So I love the idea of propagating because it's a way of getting free plants. Rosie, do you mind not eating while I'm here? Okay. Rosie, honey, you can't eat right now while I'm filming because I'm working right here. Okay, can you just take a little break? Yeah, okay. It's a way of getting free plants from the plants that you already have, okay? And I'll explain to you a little bit more some of the practices I use when I propagate my plants, and you know, that may be of use to you, and explain the whole process a little bit more, okay? But first, I'm going to turn the camera down just a tad so you can see exactly this Syngonium Albo. I'm really anxious to see the roots on it because it has been putting out a new leaf pretty much every week since I've been living here in this home, and you know, it's doing great, but I can see it's needing more space. Okay, so let's turn you around so you can see better. Okay, so I didn't have an available bin, so I'm just going to put the soil that's in here onto this lid, but let me take her off. And I may put her even a little deeper. She's got an awful lot of aerial roots growing there. See that? So she's doing really well. And here, right up here, you can see her latest leaf that's coming out. She is in a south-facing window, and the variegation is not the best. She's in a south-facing window and has a grow bulb. So the variegation isn't all that great from when I first had her. and I will put her back in my bedroom on my dresser where she belongs, and hopefully this will make her happy. Some more room to grow and a brand new trellis, like a brand new dress. Okay, so let's go over to Mark and see how much he's grown, and we'll talk about propagation. Okay, so here is Mark. I've moved him closer to you, and let me just move the camera down a little bit so you can see there's that trellis, and I'll leave a link down below of the video I did when I mounted him on this trellis. But you can see here how much he's grown over the top of the trellis here. And like I said, I do have another extension that'll extend it another 2 feet, but I don't really want to do that. I would much rather propagate it and get a whole other plant. Okay, so I'm gonna take at least 2 cuttings, possibly 3 from him. Just give him a nice little cut off the top, and that should give me a really nice full pot when they do get their roots. So when you are propagating, you want to make sure that you cut where there are nodes. And propagating just basically means that you are taking a cutting from one plant and putting it in some type of substrate like water, perlite, even soil, so it can develop roots from the node and you get a whole new plant. Okay? It's the best way that you can possibly get free plants. So nodes are located where leaves grow out of, typically where the stem splits, and where there are also aerial roots growing. You see there's a tiny little aerial root right here. So I will cut right here, and this is a very healthy top part. This is the tallest part right here. It's got a couple of leaves opening, and then further down there's another node right down here that I'm going to cut right here, and there's some aerial roots starting there. So right here, and then back here, and right about here I'll cut, because it will grow out of these nodes right there. So I have my scissors that I've cleaned off, okay, and I'm going to be cutting right up here. Well, let me get this guy out of the way because he just seems to be a nuisance. So I'm just going to do a clean cut right here. Okay, so I'm holding it upside down, but you can see the little aerial roots. There's 3 of them on there. And I will put this in some fertilized water. Okay, so here is the jar that I'm going to be propagating these 3 cuttings of the Philodendron Burle Marx. This is Mark Jr. Okay. And I did go ahead and cut the bottom leaves that were on each cutting because I didn't want those to get rotten in the water. So I did go ahead and cut those, and we'll see now how long it takes them. It's going to be in here at least a month, okay, for it to get an established set of roots. This water does have fertilizer in it. I will change it out on a weekly basis, and this is about the most water. You don't have to fill the whole jar up, because then you really run the risk more of rotting the stem as opposed to giving just enough water to the nodes so they can sprout out some roots. Okay, Mark Senior is going to do great. I turned him around, and I'll show you here a picture of him, or a little bit closer view. I turned him around because the leaves were facing all towards the window because of the morning sun that he gets there. So I turned him around and to kind of expose his backside there and get some more sun. Now this jar here I will have in my TV room under the grow light in there, and so I can keep a close eye on it, okay? Well, there you have it, friends. That was the plant chores that I had to do for this week, and I'm so happy that you came along with me. I appreciate that, and I hope you got some tips from it as far as repotting a plant that needs a little bit more room and when to do that, to propagating and how I do my propagation. I do it in water, but you can do it in perlite, you know, even in soil too. But I like to do it in water, okay? So there's really no wrong way about it. Thanks so much, friends. I appreciate your stopping by with me today. And if you like this video, enjoy this type of content, please give it a thumbs up, because that lets me know that you enjoy this video and this type of content, and I will certainly make more for you. Or if you have some suggestions on videos that you would want to see, please make sure that you leave them down below in the comments section, okay? And if you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and subscribe, because you know, I am uploading about 3 times a week now, and I've always got some type of plant content, whether it's shop with me's, repotting, all sorts of stuff. I've got my trip coming up, so that's going to be a lot of fun content. You don't want to miss that, okay? I will see you in the next video, friends. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye now.